Another example about the solo sourcing situation. Okay? People argue about that our public transit systems in Bali is so terrible. Okay, our bus, right? Our bus system service is not good enough. I have been served for the committees in the central government, the Minister of Transportation and Communication, and charging to evaluate the subsidies, the money we subsidize to the bus system. And unfortunately, okay, I take care of the North Taipei areas, which including Hualien City, Hualien County here. And honestly, we are not satisfied with the service quality in Hualien. And the ministers, the officers in the ministries, they all well known about the quality service in Hualien. And we especially compare with the other locations transportation service, we think this is terrible. Okay? We are trying several ways to reduce their subsidized amount. We are trying to increase in more incentive for them to increase their service quality. However, as I know, I take the job for about 5 years or 6 years, but the problems lasted. Until now, it's a little bit improved, but the problem lasted for more than 30 years. Okay, even more than 50 years. They say they are at least a 50-old company, 50 years old company. All the true problem is that it's the only solo supply to the public transportation. Okay, we don't have any choice. But even the governments, they don't have choice to select, oh, can I choose another company to operate the bus system in Hualien? No way, no choice at all. Okay, due to the historical history background, because if you want to establish a bus company, you are required to have the land for the parking. You are required for at least 100 new bus, which is now, if you can imagine, if a bus costs about how much? Okay, remember your car is how much money, and then you can understand a bus is more expensive than your vehicle in terms of size. Okay, if your car is $1 million $80, the bus is about $50 million. Okay, because the requirement is different. So 100 new bus is how much? Okay, and why they can at the start they can do that, because they still get a lot of subsidies by the government. The government give them the money to buy the buses. Okay, it's a loan today. Okay, but nowadays it's difficult to have that kind of loan. So in history, the regulations, and also we are asking for efficiency. So this kind of history backgrounds will make a solo sourcing happen. Okay. So this case I mentioned is that we have to be very careful if we want to create, especially your company, if you are big enough, you want to create another sourcing, then you want to be efficient, very quick, okay, and you want to be make sure it's stable. So you will set a lot of regulations there, and those regulations, if it's not flexible enough, they will leave the company from the multiple sourcing possibility to not only single, but exactly to the solo. Okay. think, okay, I said this one, okay, maybe I'm not multiple, but I still can be a single source. But actually, they will leave you to a solo. And in that way, you will put yourself from heaven to the hell. Okay? You say, oh, okay, great, I have many choices. And I want to pick up the right one and very quick and very reliable, very and then become like, how come I can only choose this one? No others can choose because that's the situation. Okay? Because in our regulation, we say we don't want to. We have to make sure the company have awareness to operate the bus systems. So we want to make sure, we have to give them an incentive such that we want to make sure they have a kind of a revenue guarantee system. Okay, even the business is not easy, I mean the demand is not as strong, but we want to make them have an incentive to do that. So I want to have a revenue guarantee requirements for them such that they will willing to operate, right? But if we want to have a revenue guarantee and we don't have much budget, so we cannot give the guarantee to many sources, many companies. Say, okay, I guarantee you have this amount of money to operate. I guarantee you have this revenue. I guarantee, no way, right? So you will say, okay, I can only choose one. So once you choose one company and give a guarantee for revenue, at the same time you eliminate the other potential companies because there are no way for them to do it that way. So they are not in the same level for the competition, okay? Because you are already guaranteed for one. You are favor. You are favor one there. So after then they will say, okay, you want to guarantee me not only the revenue, but also you have to guarantee me for the franchise for how many years? So because the investment, as I mentioned, the investment is huge, right? So you will say, okay, let me sign a contract with you. So I will guarantee you for 20 years, 30 years. Then you can imagine after 20 years operation, then you reopen, even you reopen the bid, who will win the bid? Still the old one. Because they have already operated here. The cost is almost, after 20 years, the cost will be, for them, is very, very low. For the new company, they will start with a very new cost there. So the competition is still not in the same level. So that's the risk for the supply chain when you are selecting the resource, the sourcing structure. Okay, you have to make sure you are not in the. I mean, I'm not saying which one is good, but I would say the risk you have to consider the situation. So let's get to the slides. I want to show this one. I think I can still jump to this one. It will be easy. Okay. So in here, actually, I discussed a lot of the decision about to being the single sources or multiple sources. And there's an advantage and a disadvantage for that. But before saying that, I mean, in the text, in the notes I gave you in the chapters, they don't really show up this relationship. This is a supplier. So if you are in the transactional levels, means that the market is very high competitive. Okay, there are more than thousands suppliers there. Okay, so you can choose anyone, and all the quality is almost the same. Okay, you don't worry about, for example, if I want to buy a PowerPoint pen, okay, well, I can go to any stores to buy one. So that's why I don't understand why the government still have to, make a contract with a single company. Say, oh, let's have a good deals, and well, in the street, on the streets, right? All the price for the PowerPoint pen is the same, and the brands, so many you can choose. Okay, they always have come up with a new one, a new fancy convenience one. Okay, so for me, that's kind of products you don't have to consider the supplier relationship. Okay, you don't have to sign a contract with them. Even it's hard to imagine how many amounts can have a bargain power. It's no way, right? Because the whole market is so big. Even every year, every day you buy 10 ballpoint pens, still small amount. Still small amount, okay? But in the most of the government's office, you will see the same type of pencil, same type of eraser, same type of ballpoint pen, same type of paper. You don't know why. Why? Okay, just to buy it and just say how much you buy from that one. That would be said. So one new style of the Japanese companies, they have a very interesting way. They say, well, I give you a salary, I give you a table, but I don't give you any surprise. Okay, you have to buy your own computer, you have to buy your own pen, pencil, erasers, stamps, buy it by yourself. But I will give you extra money. Okay, I add more money on your salary to do that. So when they launch the new ideas, everybody is so happy, and they come up with the newspaper and say, this company is so brand, okay, so smart. Okay, they make the employee can choose the best and almost the cheaper one because to them. But I mean, a few years later, okay, the story changed. Why? Because once the money into your pocket, the story will change. Okay, if they say, okay, I have money here, you tell me what kind of computer you want to buy. You will say, oh, I want to buy the best one. Okay, the cheap, the expensive one, maybe not the best one, right? You say, oh, they buy the computer 300s, and how come you just buy 200? I say, oh, I want to buy a more expensive one, no matter it's good or not. Okay, just more expensive. I want to use all the money of the companies. So, so that's a disadvantage. But the other way around, it's not also a good story. I mean, a good result, right? I give you all the money and you to buy it and then you keep it. And go to the bank, okay, to open an account, borrow pencil home, and everything happens. So just tell you that story is that, well, they always not, it's always difficult to say which path is the correct one. Okay, so that's why the management is art. Okay, why we need people to manage the system. Not the system, manage people. Okay? So if you want to use a system to manage people, which is partially correct, they can help people to, the system can help people to management people. Just help people to manage people, not directly to manage people. So that will be different. Okay? But if there's no systems, only, people to manage people without any system, no principles, okay, then there will be a disaster as well, right? You can imagine that. Here, come to here. So we have a transaction. There's many suppliers, and they can provide the same quality of, almost the same quality of products. Then that's the one market situation. The other one is operational, okay, because you have a more stronger relationship with that one. Then the kind of suppliers can really work with you because you maybe need some customized products, okay, and it'll be special products. And the supplier will be reduced. They will customize for you a little bit. So the supplier will be those. The cooperation, okay, you have a even stronger partnership with them. Okay, they can give you what really needs, not just go on the street to buy the same products. There's no way to do that. Okay, then the number of suppliers may be 10 or 50. Okay, so they will narrow the possibility you can choose. The partnership, maybe there were just only 2 to 5 companies. Okay. Not only for the partner, not only for the customization, but it could be for the contract, the loyalty, the price, okay, the quality. Okay, if they have emergency, they will supply to you as a priority customers. So that's kind of relationship for that. So let's look at the different type of the one. Okay. In here, we just look at this one first. This one. Okay. The traditional supplier, because the systems we mentioned, so there will be a very low relationship cost because most of the products is the same quality. Okay, and you can just buy it, plug it, and use, plug in, and you can operate. So, just as I mentioned, the pencils, this kind of thing. So there's no very low supplier relationship, and the lower price due to the high competition possible. Okay, everybody just going down. There's no extra profit for those kind of companies. The sourcing, so the price is much lower. And the switch cost is very low. So you can always shift from this supplier to another supplier. Okay. And when your boss don't know, you can switch the suppliers because they are used to the same thing, right? So much higher flexibility for them. Okay. And not dependent on the one, even the shops not open today, that's all right, just go to another store. To buy, to purchase the one, and also the pending loss of know-how. Okay, so don't worry about that the know-how issue because they have already there. Okay, so not much worry about the one, and. Yeah, and okay, of course they have the low motivations due to the long-term contracts. And also for this size, the cooperative suppliers, will start to use the strategy of the cost reduction potential. Okay, we can start to say, okay, if you want to do business with cost reduction, and we need the commitment of the suppliers. And we can also start to use the know-how of the suppliers, say how, this company, maybe they have some know-how to reduce their cost or improve their quality in their production process. They will, okay, I want to choose this instead of the one. Okay. So let's start to have it differently. Okay. And if you want to develop a new product, that will be faster because they are a little bit customized for you, okay, instead of the standard products, so they will be changed. And also the improved planning possibilities and the information exchange with supplier. Okay, you can start to know how you do this one and how to do the one. So they will. So remember and high quality, you can ask for the higher quality for the one. Even the price is the same, the cost is the same, then you can have a big higher quality because you are cooperative with them. Okay? And there's a lot of good things. And another one is you can reduce the same thing with the stocks. And the same thing for the single sourcing and the multiple sourcing. Just look at the multiple sourcing first. You can, for multiple sourcing, you are lower price due to the high competition. It's almost the same as the transaction, and lower the dependency, okay, and lower the dependency on their technology and flexible change. So just make a comparison. It's more like a transaction, no one. And for the single sourcing, the cost reduction through a bundling, much easier. What we mean the bundling? Because if I want to buy the pencil from this company, for example, I want to buy a pencil and a paper. Two things. I can buy pencil from company A and buy paper from company B. Okay, that's called the multiple sourcings. But I can also buy pencil and the papers from one company, and I say, well, can I reduce the cost
reduce the price, okay, because I buy two things from you. Okay. Yeah, give you discount. Not only the quantity discount, not because you buy more, but buy different products, variety there. Okay, so you can say, okay, your pencil is higher than the other company, but your paper is lower than the. But I want to buy both of them, but you have to make sure your pencil is the same price as the other one, but I still want the low price for the papers, so you bundle in the one, so you can have a more bargaining power for that. Okay, that's very important strategy for, for the procurements. If they want to purchase things for a company. Okay, if they are smart enough. Okay, if they don't care, then that's another story. So why sometimes the middle small firms, the procurement, the purchasing departments always be the owner's spouse. Okay, the owner's relatives, because they care about the money. Okay, if you are using someone's just an employee, they will say, okay, I want to buy the goods as fast as possible. Okay, I don't want to deal with this kind of a business. I just spend the money and get the goods back to the company. But if you are the owner's husband or owner's wife, you will say, okay, every money is our profit, right? So you have to make sure you get a very good deal. So that's you can have a cost reduction with through the bundling. And also the cost reduction is through standardization. Okay, because you say, okay, I only buy from you. Okay, even I have a large choice. So you have to standardize for me by the customer item standardization for that one. And if you buy from them and they know they have a long-term relationship with you, then they will start to customize goods for you and become a standard one. And also the good thing is the smaller number operation system suppliers, the OS suppliers for the interface. Okay? Because for every products or every transactions, you need systems to operate, to maintain, to keep record about the stock, the step, okay, all the goods in and out. And if you have only one, then all the systems will standardize for your system. They will be easier. You don't have to operate. And the transaction cost will be lower, and earlier quality assurance, okay, because you only buy from one. You can go, if you say, okay, this product is so, this material is so important for me, so I will not just inspect when you deliver the goods to my company. I want to send people to your company to inspect, to make sure, okay, all the raw materials to your company is the right one. Then I will double check them. So you can have this kind of requirements. But if you have too many multiple sources, then it will be very difficult for you, because you will send more people, and the company on the counterpart will say, why? Okay, why I want to let your people in my office, right? You are not a very big customers to me. Okay. So that's another issue. So that's why the TSMC, the Taiwan semiconductor companies, when they build up the platform, right, and especially when they receive the order from the Apple company, the Apple for the iPhone, the other big companies, they have to reveal their information for those big companies. They say, okay, see, okay, when you put an order into my company, I will allow you to see what your orders in our order process. Okay, and I will show you, you are always the priority. You are the best, the faster process in our production line. Okay. But if you are a small company, well, you are not allowed to get the one, right? So it's the same thing. Then, so they will say, oh, okay, the operations, the production line is full, but you still put me in the top list. Okay, the process the one, then there will be assurance for those big companies. So that's one of the thing about that. Okay. So there's an advantage
disadvantage for being selecting the single sourcing or the multiple sourcing. So when you came to Hualien, I don't know, you have been in Hualien how many years? Most of you? 1 year? 4 years? How many? So you have been here more than 1 year, right? So most of you have tried the muaji, right? No? No? Are you sure?
I don't like Taiwanese food.
The speaking muaji, how to say the muaji? Muaji, just muaji. Okay, the sticky rice outside and have red bean, soda, peanut butter powders inside, right?
Yes.
So it's a supply chain. You can imagine the company, the muaji production companies, the company, which parts is their own products. The muaji, the cover, and how about inside the red bean? They're doing by themselves.
We don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Let me tell you. Okay, most of the muaji's companies, their inside the ingredient, the red beans, come from the same company, one company. Because what? Because they have more. I mean, the product amount of product is not many. Okay, so if you can have a scale of economics, that will be much easier. You can have a low cost, and also you can guarantee the product quality. Because it's so important, right? You use a raw material, almost a raw material, okay, when you eat it, and so the quality of the crop is very important. The red bean is very important. So they need to make sure that the product's quality is very stable, and the supply quantity cannot be stopped. Right? If you are really come from a small farm, then you will say, okay, maybe some days, okay, we run out of the raw materials, so we don't sell muaji today for red bean, okay, or maybe for the peanut butter, the peanut powders, okay. But in that case, when you go to the store, they always have enough material to make a new one for you. Why? Because they are coming from the very big company. Okay? So they are always come from the same one. And the different one is the skin of the one. Okay? They are coming from their own company. Okay? That's another thing. Because there's a more secret recipes to make sure it tastes a very very good taste. Okay, but the raw material is raw material. Okay, just only depends on how much sugars you want to put in or salt. So that will be different. So you can think about what's your competition components there in your products, and then you will trying to buy from outside or the other products. So there's a sourcing. Yeah. And now it's changed a little bit, but back to 20 years ago, all you can eat restaurants in Hualien, of course they will serve the dessert, right? So they will have a cake. Most of the cake, especially tiramisu, the cake is come from the same manufacturer in Hualien. Okay, which one is the one they open their own new brand, the tiramisu company, the bakery company now. They are very strong. They are a big company now. But back to 20 years ago, the store is only a small bakery inside in the traditional market, just traditional in traditional market, a small one. And they supply all the tiramisu cake to most of the Hualien's all-you-can-eat restaurant. Okay. So that's another story about the single sourcing.
But as I mentioned, that there will be some advantage and disadvantage doing that one. Okay. So the decisions is not that easy to make. Okay. So depends on, well, I would say, depends on what kind of risk you favor to have. Okay, what kind of risk you cannot have, and under your own market structure. So you will decide, should we do it that one or that one? But that's very important for you to understand those cases. And of course, in some situations, if you want, you have to be very carefully, to understand. If you now you are in a single sourcing, or even you are in a solo sourcings, we still want to know how to create a secondary supplier for us. Okay? Just in order to reduce the risk. So for example, the bus service we mentioned in Hualien, we are trying very carefully to open another suppliers for our citizens. Okay? Even we have a very strong regulations to protect the existing owners' rights. Okay? But this certainly still have some ways to increasing the new service suppliers into this market. Okay, but you have to be very careful to understand all the regulations and to see how to innovatively to generate a new idea. Say, oh, okay, the old one, the existing company will not or may not be offense to be, may not be still have their rights to do this and this, but we are now created a new service needs, so we need another new suppliers to provide the service there. Okay, so the first one we have is that we have the electricity bus. We say, okay, well, now we want to have electricity bus, so that will be totally different from the conventional bus systems. Okay, then, well, if the auto company, the EC company, do you want to develop the electricity bus there? So no, of course not. Okay, we have a conventional bus already there. Why bother to build another system? Because the new electricity bus system will require another. The whole supply chain system is different. The bus is different. The chemical supporting system is different, and all the suppliers